Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon, and welcome to yet another episode of Creator for Zoho One. I am Meera, and I'm from the Creator Marketing team. So, Creator for Zoho One is a webinar series where we'll be focusing on how you, as a Zoho One user, can make use of Zoho's low-code platform, which is Zoho Creator. Whether you're new to Creator or someone who's already using the platform, with this series, we are trying to help you to make your low-code journey easier. So this is the fifth episode in this series. In the previous episodes, we explored what is Creator, what can you build on the platform. Then there was a session which was dedicated on getting started as a Zoho One user and how to build your first application. We also covered a session on approval processes and how you can set it up on Zoho Creator. And the last session was on how you can deploy your application to your relevant stakeholders who are outside the organization using Portal. So in this fifth episode, we will be focusing on mobile application and how you can convert your Zoho Creator application into an intuitive app. So in case if you've missed the previous sessions also, no worries. We have all of them recorded and uploaded. So our team will be sharing some links with you on the Q&A tab so that you can refer it later. So yeah, this session, it's about creating an intuitive mobile experience for your Zoho Creator apps. A couple of points before we get started. All attendees will be on mute by default on the webinar platform, but we want to keep it interactive. So do ask your questions in the questions tab that you find on the bottom panel. We have product experts and other team members who have joined the webinar who will be able to answer your question as I go along. So you don't have to wait until the end. You can ask question at any time and they will pick up and answer those. In case if something is still pending, probably at the end, we'll also pick it up and answer. Again, there are a couple of polls, and also after the session, you will be redirected to a small survey. With this, we are just trying to understand who are our audience and get to know you a little bit more and what you're looking for so that we can cater to you in a better way in our future sessions. So please do participate in all of those. And yeah, we do get this question on recording. So yeah, the session is recorded and we will make it available post the session. So there'll be an email that you get after the session in which we will have it recorded. But in case if you want to have it all in one place and look at all the previous episodes, like I said, the YouTube playlist, currently you will only see two there, two more will be uploaded in a week's time, and this one will also go live in a couple of weeks' time. So you can keep it in handy to ensure you have all of it in one place. There's also a link to the deck. So if you want to refer it to later, you can use this particular URL to access it at any time. Again, this will also be shared with you later, but yeah. So today's agenda, it is split into two halves. So I would say the first part, we would focus on the mobile specific customizations that are available on Creator. And in the second half, we would see what is the mobile deployment options that are available for you as a user. So first of all, why would someone need a mobile app, right? Pretty clear. It is just to ensure that at any time, anywhere, everyone has access to the application and able to kind of interact and get information so that decision making can become faster. So Zoho Creator, being a low-code platform, also have created different options for you to ensure you can quickly have your web app converted into a mobile app and make it available to everyone on the go. So before we kickstart the whole session, just a quick poll to your way, just to know if you're already using Creator, if you're a Zoho One user who's using it already or just trying to explore, do let us know where you stand in that user journey. And in case if you miss it at any time, on the polls tab, you'll be able to see it at any time during the session and answer this also. So please do participate. Yeah, so like I said, Creator is a low-code application development platform, and by default, you are building a web application. But what Creator also does is this one database or the single logic is simultaneously being converted to using as a platform in 3 different interfaces, which is as a mobile and as a tablet as well. So what you essentially do it, you build it once and you are able to deploy it across platforms and devices as well. So what we are going to do is, for the session now, I will be using 2 different platforms. So just to make sure you're familiar with it, there will be this particular application, which is a fleet management application, which we'll be using for the session. And also we have a mobile version of it. So as you know, so just to give a brief on what this application does. So this is a fleet management application where there are different set of users, like a driver, technician, and customer, where customers can raise requests for their trips. There are drivers whom will be getting allocated for those trips. And if there are any technical issues with the vehicle as such, it can be raised and the technicians would go ahead and kind of repair and update it. So it's for a fleet management company. It is a very extensive app. We will not be looking at all of it in detail, but we will be referring to some of the forms, some of the reports, and its mobile app for the purpose of the session. So in Creator, you have 80 plus different mobile and tablet specific controls that are available, which would help you customize your application for the mobile part of it. So these are broadly, it can be divided into like app level customization, form customization, report, and page customization. So going back to our Creator app here, all of you will be familiar with the edit mode of the app, right? So when you click on any live app on the right side, edit this application, you essentially land up on the edit mode of the app. Just for the Zoho One, for the Zoho One users, if you have to access the platform, of course, the Creator has to be added to your app bundle, and you should be given relevant permission set for you to access it. So once you have all of that, you will be able to see the live mode and then essentially go into the edit mode also. So when you go into the edit mode, there are options here on top right called themes and also layout or outline, where you can specify how the different modules or different sections should be set up and what should be the theme that should be there for your application. What you also have on the left here is how this application would, or how this component would look on a mobile and a tablet as well. So what we're going to do is, if you're going to access the phone option here, similar theme and navigation options are available for you to customize your app for the mobile. So here you have different themes, and let's say if you have to broadly classify it, there are option to set up the navigation and also option to set up the layout and the look and theme of the application. So here you can decide if your application should be, so in this case, it is a scroll in type of option that you have. But if you want the option to menu should be shown in the bottom, then you can use the specific option here. And if you want your application to speak your brand language, there are also color options and font options available for you, along with logo preferences, which you can set up and make your application talk your language as well. So this is one set of options available for you. On top of that, there are also ways in which you can define what option should show up in your mobile app first. So while there is a specific way to set up in your web app, you have option to ensure it is customized for your mobile. So you can go ahead into this option and decide what should come. You can hide if any of the sections are not needed or components are not needed, and add it along as well. There are some advanced options here available in some time. On the web version, currently we have option to set up folders like this, which is not there on mobile as of now, but probably in a month or two, we will have that in our mobile version as well. Another thing you can see is the customization here. So when you go into each of the component, that component's customization options also will be available on the right side like this. So just want to show what are the options on the mobile. So I'll show you, this is the same application. When you access it through mobile, this is how you see all the different components. And what I was saying was how you can move these around to ensure you have a different or a customized view for the mobile. So you can ensure what are the modules that are being shown. Let's say if you want something different for the mobile, you can set it up from here. We have a second poll coming your way. So just want to understand if you're already using Zoho Creator's mobile options for your application or for your organization. Okay. So this is what we already covered. We have different menu placements and app organization sections that are possible. Now we will go into the second one, which is a form customization. So let's go into one of the forms here in the application. Let me just take the employee detail form. Yeah, so this is an employee detail form that is there. On the right side, like I said, you can define how the label placement should be and customize it the way you need. But on top of that, there are also multiple different mobile specific features are there when you're setting up your form builder in itself. So for example, in this particular form, there is a profile image. So which essentially captures the employee's profile image. And on the right side, there is field properties, which is used to define the particular field. And if you want to set up anything specific for that field, you can do it here. We've covered some of this in detail in our previous session, so do check it out. But what I want to focus here is the mobile properties. So because it's an image, there are further different options made available for you to ensure there are, granular level customization that you can do, which includes if you want the user to be able to use the primary or a secondary camera, and should they be allowed to switch the camera, if you should allow them to access images from their gallery. When they capture a particular image, should there be a preview that comes up? And let's say in some cases, if it's a inspection, a technician who is going on ground to check some devices and they want to capture the information, and immediately after the image is captured, if the form needs to get submitted, that is possible. And also if there is any annotation that needs to be done and then the image has to be submitted, all of this customization can be done here, including a timer. So you can do that setup here, and then finally when you are using the application on your mobile, you will have the option to like that particular option would apply in the final app also. And the best part is whenever you make a change here, it is instantly made available on the mobile app as well. So there is no further deployment or any further coding or anything needed for you at all. You make the change here. All you have to do is refresh your application on the mobile and give it a few seconds, and it would apply in your actual mobile app also. So that is one. So let's take a look at our mobile app here. The form we were looking at was the all employee form. So I have the form hidden here, but I will just access it through my report. So here you can see the options that are set up here. And when I am trying to take a picture, this is also possible. And you can use the image. And like I said, if you want a preview, if you want to annotate, all of that is possible from here. I'm not going to make the entry here, but let me go back to another form and show you an option where you can actually annotate the image. So earlier in Creator, it was only images that were possible, but with AR Viewer, you also have option to add a 3D image and then annotate it accordingly. So let's say it's a technician in this fleet management company itself, and they are taking a look at where the damage it and want to capture it. All you have to do is like a long press here, and one is, let's say, headlight is damaged, and they can add it. And like that, if you want to add multiple other options or annotate it accordingly, you can do that here as well. So very helpful in terms of use cases where there is technicians, or if there is, someone on the field who wants to mark anything specific on the image and upload it. This option would be very, very helpful in that case. So those are some of the options available on the mobile. I have added more examples here on the deck so that you can even refer back to it later, but primarily we would focus on the mobile app and show you the examples. So like I said, when you upload an image, there is cropping, annotation, and all of that possible. And not only image, you can also capture an audio, video, or even a signature. So all of these are very specific and unique to the mobile and the tablet options that would come up. Another feature that is very commonly used is the barcode or the QR code scanner in warehouses, especially. If you have to scan the barcode and then make an entry of a product, this is something that is unique to the mobile that you can make use of. Next is the report customization. Similar to this, I will just go into one of the report that we have, let's say the all employee report. The first one, like I mentioned, is customizing the views here. So there is a quick view and a detailed view. This, if you're using the web app, you would be familiar with. Same concept. Whatever you see when you access the application is the quick view. And there are 30 plus different views that are there. So you can customize and select from any of this. If you just simply select, you will see that you can define what should be the fields, and that would be applied here. And if you're not happy with any of the pre-existing ones here, you have option to create your own custom layout also. So that is also possible here. And there is something called a detailed view where you can, when someone clicks on any of the quick view, what should be seen. So that can be customized here. So the mobile specific on top of how it looks is the actions or the gesture. So you would know that in application, whenever you use an app, there are different gestures that you would use, right? Let's say on a swipe left, on a swipe right, when you long press a particular entry, when you tap on it. So what should happen when you do that? That can be set up here under actions. So here you can set up on a tap of the record what should be the actual action and add new items accordingly. And for a single record, for multiple records, when you long press a particular record, what should happen? When you swipe left or right, what should happen? So all of this can be set up here in the report customization part. So I'll just show you an example. Let me just go back into the application. I'm going into the same application, fleet management. I think I have my trips. Here, what is interesting is, so you would see that the record are classified, or it is mentioned as per the status, or yet to start. Then there is trip started. So what is done here is, let's say the trips where it is yet to start, on swipe left, there is a start trip that is added. And in cases where trip has already started, there is on the right swipe, there is end trip. And for the trips which are ended, there is a report incident option. So what you can do, the first level is, of course, setting up the gestures, but the second level is based on these custom criteria. You can define what should be shown in each of the each of the gesture also. So based on what the status is, you can set up different things. And how you do that is when you go into the particular form here. Let's say here, I'll just show you the example here. Add a new item. And when you add a new item, you can define what the condition should be. So here, basically, if you say the status is trip is yet to be started, you can define that accordingly and add the criteria here. Okay, so that is about report customization. Like I said, there are screenshots in the deck itself for you to refer, but essentially this is what we were looking at. So this was for a normal list report, right? But there are other types of reports available as well. So let's say in a Kanban report, you can actually swipe and reassign the records across different stages on the mobile app itself. So that is possible. And on a calendar and timeline report, there are gestures again where you can add a new event by just dragging and clicking on it, or even tapping on the calendar itself to add a new event. So those gestures, it just makes the user experience a little bit better. So all of this you will be able to do without any line of code or any extra effort. Even for the map report, while you can view the map report on the web version, in the mobile version, you can kind of open it up in the Maps app and also search and navigate across the report as well. There are also custom actions that can be added. So if you want to delete, or if you want any custom actions to be triggered, those can be set up using the workflow like you do on the mobile, on the web version as such. And this is search and filter and grouping, which again is when you set it up, you have those options coming in the bottom. So these are the default options that come for all the mobile apps that you have. Next is the page customization. So basically any dashboard or page that you build for the web would be customized for the mobile as such. So when I opened the app, the first page that had come, so this is a page basically, which is a manager's dashboard. And if you see the web version, the layout of it is in a different way, right? But the same thing, when you access it in the mobile, will in itself kind of customize and move around so that you get a better experience when you access it in mobile. Here, I've not done any further customization or moved it around as such. It is just the way it is built here. And on top of that, Pages also now allows you to bring in your Figma outline. So if you have some designs that you're built on Figma using widgets, you will be kind of able to bring that into your Creator app and set it up also. There are further customization needed. Probably in another session, we can dive deep into it and give you some more insights on how you can do that. So yeah, so this is the final customization option that I wanted to cover, which is in mobile, how in Page Builder, how would you customize the application. So that was the first section of it, wherein we saw different areas where you can do the customization and make it specific to your mobile app. Now, let's see what are the different deployment options available for you as a Zoho Creator user. So in mobile app also, there are different options that are there. There is a Creator branded app, which is the one that we saw. There is also progressive web app that is available. There is rebranded mobile app and mobile SDK. So we'll take a look at each of it and how it works. So created branded app is basically the app that we were looking at currently. So if you go into this, if you even see, it would say Zoho Creator, right? So that's the Creator branded app. And for anyone who is a, let me set this. So if you're using an iOS device, when you search in your app store, the Creator option, you will see the app here. So if you have an account in Creator, essentially you will be able to use that Creator app here. And if your application is for customer portal users, you will have to download the customer portal app, which is available here. So this is for the app store. And for Google Play, the same thing, you can search for Zoho Creator, and this is the user app and the portal app. So in this application, it's basically a container app. Let me access it. Yeah. So this is basically a container app. And when you access it, essentially what you're seeing is an account level access of your application, where you can see all the different apps that are basically the apps that you have access to. So let's say here in this case, in this account, I have access to all of this different application. And if you have access to different workspaces, you can go ahead and kind of move through them from there. So if you're an admin like me in this case, I think you'll have access to all of the different applications. And if you're a user who's given specific access to some of the apps, only the apps that you have access to would come and will be displayed here. We have another poll. Just trying to understand if you're looking to use any of the mobile app options for deploying your application to your users. So like I said, the Creator branded app, it is an account level access, and it is a container application where you can see apps that are, basically all the apps that you have relevant access to. The second one is a progressive web app. Basically, if you want to gain native qualities when you're accessing your application through a web, progressive web app is a perfect option for that. This basically allows your users to navigate and access the application in a much better way even when they're accessing it through a web browser. And for businesses, I think it is a quick option to deploy a web app to your users. For the audience who've joined from India, you would be familiar with HDFC, which is a leading bank. They have their credit card app, which is called My Cards, which is a progressive web app at this point. So for some, I think companies, it's the first step towards moving into an app direction. So this is a quick way to push application out. Or otherwise, it's also an easy way to ensure your audience have a good experience when they're accessing your website, right? So we'll take a look how that shows in the mobile also. So I've just accessed Zoho Creator basically here through the web browser. And you can see that, it is device experience wise, it is good. You can go ahead, you can even search for apps here and edit and access the information here also. So this is how you would do it. And also one thing which I really like about it is you have option to kind of add it to your home screen. So here, if I add it to my home screen, it would give me a account level access. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. So if I click on the add to home screen, and I'll just give another name because I already have Creator there. So basically you have a container app like this. And when you click on it, it'll take you through that specific page where you have created the home screen link. And if you are doing it from inside an application, this particular option would take you to that specific app. So that is how a progressive web app works on Creator. Next is rebranded mobile app. So what Creator allows you to do is when you build your web app, you can also download application for your iOS and Android devices as well without doing anything further. The only step you would have to do is code sign your application. So for a rebranded app, this is the journey. You have to build an app, you have to code sign it, and then you distribute it. In our case, the app is already built on the web, so that part is taken care of. Then there is a process where you have to code sign the app. For iOS and Android, the process would look a little bit different. But all you have to understand is code signing is a way in which, let's say, App Store or Google Play would authenticate the developer and kind of give out a signal that, okay, this is a trustable source from where you can download the application. So it's a cryptographic key which you have to generate. And let's say for iOS, you need to there are some prerequisites that are there for you to generate this. Let me just show you on our platform how you do it. So you have to basically go into the mobile option here, and you can select which is the application where you want to create the mobile app for. And there are two things that you have to take into consideration when you are creating a rebranded mobile app. First is what is the user type, meaning who is the app for? Is it for the user or for external stakeholders of the company? So if they're a user, you have to select this option. And if they are someone from outside the organization, you have to select the portal option. The second is, which is a platform that you would want the application to be in. So is it an iOS or Android? So you make the specific selection. Let's say in this case, I'll just select user and iOS and click on next. For iOS devices, for you to code sign, you would need something called a P12 file and a provisioning profile. So you need to have an app ID and you should be a part of the Apple Developer Enterprise Program for you to get all of this. It is it's a multi-step process, which has nothing to do with Creator, but I think this you would have to do for any application that you have to put out in the App Store. There is information or a help documentation available for you to check what are the step-by-step way for you to code sign, and you can get it from here. And I think our team would also put it out in the Q&A tab for you to access it easily. So this is for a iOS app. Similarly, for a Android application, I'll also just select a random app user. In case of Android, you have an option. Again, you can decide if you want AAB format or APK format. And once you select that, you can go ahead and in this case, you will have to give, in Android's case, you have to give a key store file and key store password. So you can generate this from the terminal. Again, detailed information is available for you here. Once you have those, you come here, enter this information, and when you click on next, it would take a couple of minutes, probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then finally, you would have your application ready to be downloaded here. So here, in this case, this is an iOS app where, one second, okay. This is an iOS app where you will be able to download the .ipa file. And in case of a Android app, you will be able to download the APK file or AAB file, whichever you have decided to download. Let me just see. I think that was not opening up. Okay. So here you can download the IPA file or the APK file from here. So one thing to understand is the process of creating the mobile app. Where it ends on Creator is when you download the IPA or the APK or AAB file. After that, let's say you need to obviously submit it to the separate whichever platform you're putting out. There are verification and separate publication process there that anyway has to be handled by you. So yeah, this is the rebranded mobile app. The best part about the rebranded mobile app is earlier we saw in our apps case, it was a creator app where you could see the logo, but here we have the fleet management app. So if you see the logo, the name, everything can be customized, and the app would give more feel of your brand if you have it white label like this. But inside of the application, when you access it, it would be similar to what you have in your normal mobile version of the app. Okay. So that is all about rebranded mobile app. Yeah. So this is an example of the normal container application. And once you have it rebranded, we also have another option available. Or before that, there is also MDM option. So if you want to publish it through MDM, you will have to go through that further step also, but that is also possible with Creator application. The final one I want to show here is the mobile SDK option. Because in some cases, the user would want to do further customization and ensure that the application UI and UX is very, very customized. For users like that, we have made mobile SDK option available, where Creator essentially becomes the backend of your application, and you will be able to build application on top of the Creator infrastructure. So there are two ways in which you can do that. There is core framework or core and UI framework. And in core framework basically, there is data from the form, report, page, everything will be available for you in the custom UI, and then you can build further on it. And in the core and UI framework, you will have predefined view controllers, and which are the form, report, pages, and you will have to bring it into your Xcode project and further push it out as the application. So just to show you how it looks, it's not a full application, but just the driver view. So we have the Creator app, right? So if you see here, the look and feel of the application, the way you can add information, and also if you want to customize the look and feel of the whole application, then mobile SDK is the best way to go. But the disadvantage here is, of course, you have to be someone who's familiar with front-end development for you to build it along. But just that it makes the journey of building the application much faster. So yeah, that is the final option available for you to build out an app, which is mobile SDK. So yeah, we have come to an end to an overview of the mobile options that are available for you on Creator. We have, I think, covered what are the possibilities there. Of course, there is more customization that can be done. You can go deep into each of the type of development and build it out, etc. But to get an idea and to start out your app building journey on mobile, I think this was a quick starter for that. But if you have any questions, you can, of course, post it in the Q&A tab, and we would take it up. Or you can also write to onesolutions@zohocreator.com,